All right, take a deep breath before we get into this one, because if you thought the cracks in Kandi Burruss and Todd Tucker's marriage were already loud, maybe this new development just turned the volume all the way up. We're talking court documents, money on the line, emotions running high, and a man who absolutely did not see this coming. Because yes, Kandi Burruss has reportedly filed for a divorce settlement rumored to be around $10 million, and Todd Tucker is not taking it quietly. Not at all. The internet is buzzing, Bravo fans are shocked, and suddenly that so-called unbreakable power couple image is looking real fragile. And what's wild is this didn't explode out of nowhere. This moment has been building for years. People just didn't want to believe it. From awkward on-camera therapy sessions, to public arguments about money, to whispers of resentment that never quite went away. The warning signs were flashing red long before this paperwork ever hit the courts. But now that it's official, the gloves are off, and the question everybody's asking is simple but loaded. How did we go from ride or die to a divorce battle with millions on the table? And why does Todd look like he's spiraling while Kandi looks calm, collected, and ready? So before we dive into the freakouts, the legal drama, and the emotional fallout, we need to rewind. Because this marriage didn't fall apart overnight. It cracked slowly, quietly, and painfully right in front of our faces. Kandi Burruss has always been that girl, from her early days in Escape to becoming one of the most respected songwriters in the industry. Her resume speaks for itself. Grammy-winning hits, business ventures stacked on top of business ventures, and a work ethic that honestly scares people who can't keep up. She's not just talented, she's disciplined. And when it comes to money, Kandi doesn't play about what she built. She said it herself many times. Nobody handed her anything. She worked for every dollar. Then comes Todd Tucker, behind-the-scenes guy, production manager on Real Housewives of Atlanta, charming, ambitious, and positioned perfectly in Kandi's orbit. Their love story was sold as organic, two adults finding love later in life, a blended family, a partnership. But from the very beginning, there was tension around one thing: power, and more specifically, money and control. Kandi came into that relationship with far more than Todd, not just financially, but socially. Her name carried weight, her connections opened doors, and while Todd eventually became successful in his own right, the imbalance was always there. And when you mix love with business, ego with finances, and fame with personal insecurity, things can get messy fast. Remember how hard Mama Joyce went against Todd? At the time, people said she was overbearing, bitter, doing too much. But looking back now, it's hard not to wonder if she saw something Kandi didn't want to face. She questioned his intentions. She questioned his ability to provide. She questioned whether he was comfortable being married to a woman who would always out-earn him. And instead of those concerns disappearing with time, they only grew louder. As the years went on, Kandi kept expanding. Restaurants, TV deals, Broadway, producing, acting. Meanwhile, Todd wanted more say, more recognition, more authority. And slowly, that "we're building together" narrative started turning into, "why do I feel like I'm standing in your shadow?" That resentment doesn't always show up as anger. Sometimes it shows up as distance, as defensiveness, as someone constantly needing to prove they matter. Now let's talk about what really changed the tone of this marriage. The moment money stopped being just money and became a weapon. Arguments about spending, arguments about investments, arguments about who does more, who sacrifices more, who deserves more. We saw it play out on camera. Todd complaining that Kandi prioritized work over family. Kandi feeling like no matter how much she did, it was never enough. And that's a dangerous place for any marriage to land. But here's the twist. While all of this was happening, Kandi stayed strategic. She stayed calm. She stayed focused. Even when emotions were running high, she never stopped protecting herself legally and financially. Prenups, business boundaries, clear lines. Todd, on the other hand, appeared more emotionally reactive, and that difference matters now more than ever. Because when news broke that Kandi had filed for a divorce and was seeking a settlement rumored to be around $10 million, people were shocked but not surprised. shocked by the number, not surprised by the move. Kandi doesn't do anything without calculation, and filing doesn't mean she's greedy. It means she's done. Done negotiating emotionally. Done trying to fix something that's been breaking for years. Done carrying both the marriage and the empire. Sources close to the situation say Todd was blindsided, not because the marriage was perfect, but because he didn't think it would go this far, especially not like this, especially not with numbers like that attached. And his reaction? Let's just say it hasn't been quiet. Todd reportedly feels betrayed. He believes the settlement amount is excessive. He feels like Kandi is punishing him instead of parting ways respectfully. And emotionally, it's hitting him hard. Publicly, he's been posting cryptic messages, motivational quotes, messages about growth, healing, and being misunderstood. But if you read between the lines, it's giving panic. It's giving loss of control. It's giving someone realizing the safety net they thought they had is disappearing. And let's be real for a second. For years, Todd benefited from being Kandi Burruss's husband. Access, visibility, opportunities. Even when he complained about feeling overshadowed, he still enjoyed the perks. But now that chapter is closing, and the reality of standing alone financially, legally, and publicly is setting in. What nobody expected was how composed Kandi appears throughout all of this. No public meltdowns, no messy interviews, no emotional Instagram rants. She's moving like a woman who already mourned this relationship privately and is now simply executing the next step. And that's usually what scares people the most. When someone stops arguing, stops begging, stops explaining, that's when it's really over. The divorce filing isn't just about money. It's about years of emotional labor. Years of compromise, years of carrying both love and responsibility. And if the $10 million figure is accurate, it's not random. It reflects assets, shared ventures, time invested, and the cost of a partnership that no longer works. Now let's talk about the emotional impact, because this part gets overlooked. There are kids involved, a blended family watching two parents navigate public heartbreak. There are businesses tied to both names, there's a legacy at stake, and there's the emotional weight of realizing that the person you once believed was your forever is now someone you're negotiating against in court. For Kandi, this likely feels like relief mixed with grief. Relief because she's choosing peace, grief because no one enters a marriage planning for it to end this way. She invested real love here. She fought publicly. She defended Todd against her own family. Walking away isn't easy. It's just necessary. For Todd, this looks like an identity crisis. Losing the marriage means losing a role he built his life around. Losing access to a lifestyle he grew accustomed to. Losing proximity to one of the most powerful women in entertainment. And that kind of loss can trigger fear, anger, and desperation, especially when money becomes part of the separation. And the public? The public is watching every move, picking sides, rewriting history, asking if Mama Joyce was right all along, asking if this marriage was more business than romance, asking if love can survive when one person keeps growing and the other feels left behind. The truth is, sometimes two people can love each other and still not belong together. Sometimes ambition creates distance. Sometimes insecurity poisons intimacy. And sometimes staying married costs more than leaving. As this divorce unfolds, one thing is clear. Kandi Burruss is choosing herself, her peace, her future, and Todd Tucker is being forced to face a reality he may not have prepared for, a reality where love doesn't guarantee security, and marriage doesn't guarantee permanence. This isn't just a celebrity divorce. It's a cautionary tale about power dynamics, about money, about what happens when resentment goes unhealed for too long, and about the quiet strength it takes to walk away instead of staying stuck. So now the question is, was this marriage ever truly balanced, or was it always heading toward this moment? Was the $10 million settlement a shock, or simply the final bill for years of emotional debt? And did Todd underestimate just how ready Kandi was to move on? Because one thing's for sure, when Kandi Burruss closes a chapter, she doesn't look back. And whatever happens next, this divorce will change both of their lives forever. Now I want to hear from you.
Do you think Kandi is justified in filing for that settlement, or do you think Todd is being unfairly painted as the villain? Were the red flags always there, or did fame and money slowly destroy what love they had? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you want more deep dives into celebrity drama, relationship breakdowns, and the real stories behind the headlines, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because trust me, this story is far from over.